Here we go, and it's that time again, that time of year where people are graduating, they're moving on to bigger and better things. I actually have a graduate in my house as my oldest will be going to high school. But with this, we did 2023, and I hope you guys didn't think I wasn't gonna do the credit card class of 2024. So strap in, these are gonna be fun. I really liked what I had to work with here, had a lot of great creators, and I picked up some people, we got some superlatives, and we are going to be ready to go. So I'll let my co-star do her thing and we will dive right into it.
Welcome back to my dad's channel. If you're new here, make sure to click that like button and subscribe, and don't forget to share.
Now, with this leading into the summer, this is a time where people can reinvent themselves, where we have seen the body of work that they've put in throughout the entire credit card school year. Now, last year's credit card class of 2023 was a lot of fun, and I hope that we can have the same amount of fun here. I really do look forward to it, and I have to tell you that all of these creators that are here have earned my respect, and I'm just happy to be able to share this with them. It's all lighthearted, and by all means, feel free in the comments to tell me if I got any wrong, or if you think they should be rearranged, or maybe you might have other titles and superlatives for them. So without further ado, the very first person is going to be the life of the party. And the life of the party is none other than Tasha from the Major Change Group. And we do have some ladies here too. So Tasha from the Major Change Group, if you've watched her videos, not only does she deliver solid content, but just her energy. It's very lively at all times, and it is a great pick-me-up sometimes. You know, when I listen, I'm in the car and I'm heading out, you know, you want to get that, and it makes you interested in the content. So for that, Tasha, you are the life of the party. Congratulations. Now, these are in no special order, but I did use some that I used last year as far as the titles go, and there are some that are new, but this is one that came from last year, and I think that this is definitely apropos when discussing this creator. And this title is the creator most likely to take over the world, and that is none other than Call Me Lonnie. Lonnie he's just a cool guy. You know what I mean? We speak both on and off screen. And if you've seen his channel, the rocket ship that it is taking, his attention to detail and his attention to really knowing exactly what it is that he's talking about, and his surprise interviews, his editing and animation, Lonnie is a juggernaut. And frankly, I would not be shocked if he takes over these YouTube streets right under the noses of even some of your more seasoned and favorite creators. So now, who's a creator I'd most like to sit down and have a drink with? Well, that person is actually another person who I've featured on my credit card creator spotlights, and that is going to be Bo Noonan with Bo Spends, Earns, and Travels. That is his channel. Now, mind you, all of these channels will be linked in the description, so you can feel free to check them out. But Bo just seems like a cool guy. You know what I mean? I'm not even gonna lie to you. I mean, outside of the credit card content creation, we have a lot in common. We both drive electric cars, and you know, some people have stuff to say about that, but I don't care. We're both fathers, we both travel for work, so there's sort of a connection there. And yeah, man, I'd love to catch an adult beverage with Bo and just chop it up. So now here's another title that made it from last year to this year, and that is the one most likely to survive the Hunger Games. And I have to say, I'm going to give my vote to Chad Pennycuff at my DVC points. Now, Chad runs a channel, and let's not look over the fact that he has a spectacular name. But Chad runs a channel about Disney vacation clubs and how the points are actually, well, it's not focused on how they're tied into credit cards, but he works that in there. I had the honor of being included on one of his podcasts that he runs with a team, a dedicated channel to a lot of people who are huge Disney fans. And frankly, I have a Disney household myself. I'm a huge Star Wars fan, and Chad's just an awesome guy. I was able to meet him in person last year at the Las Vegas Creators Meetup. But yeah, definitely, he just strikes me as the type. He's not gonna fall behind. Now, coming up, who has the most cards that I know? Now, the choice might not be as obvious as you think, especially if you watch last year's video. You know who had the most cards last year, but this is yet another title that goes to one of the ladies. And that would be Key with Kiki's Adventure. Over 50 cards. She is a beast in the game. And she walks the walk, talks the talk, is constantly traveling, is out there deploying points, getting new cards. She contributes to the ecosystem, great commenter, great creator, and a great person. I am so happy that I found her channel. She is an awesome individual, and you definitely need to check her out. She's a tech person kind of like me. I kind of, picked up on that when I first met her. So yeah, definitely want to check her out. Most cards. Fellas, you got to step your game up. You got to catch Key. So for the Valedictorian, look, I just got to be honest with you here. Regardless of who you may think it is, I'll just spoil it for you. It's going to be Darnell with Water Your Soil. For God's sakes, the man has a book. He is an established and accomplished author. Said book is available on Amazon. Please, check him out. Check out his channel. He has links to it. But he has actually been educating the YouTube spaces about FICO credit scores, how to enter, re-enter the credit sphere, how to recover from damaging your credit, and he brings up news article after news article and how they can be interlaced into your normal life with his content. Now, mind you, relative to someone like Sister Joelle, I actually recently discovered him within the last year or two. Cesar has known him since he had a faceless channel. So definitely that is going to be our valedictorian, because it's not just about credit cards. He knows credit from the top to the bottom and from the bottom to the top. And for that, Nell, you are the valedictorian. Salute. So for the homecoming king, super nice guy. He's always going to be popular. He's going to get through the others, be featured on other channels. And that's none other than my homie, Tito, with Tito's Credit Cards. It used to be Tito's Financial Corner, but he made a change. I didn't ask why. But Tito, definitely, you can see him here. Super nice guy. And to be honest with you, I discovered him. He was actually reviewing a hotel, I want to say it was in Atlanta, where he showed a koi pond. And I don't know why. As soon as he showed the koi pond, I was like clicking subscribe as though I had a spastic tick. But it definitely did not work out badly, because I've enjoyed Tito's content ever since he started, and he is on his way to becoming a YouTube success. And I am very happy for him. He got over some fears about being in front of the camera, and you know what? It works for you. So shout out to Tito. Now, you can't have a homecoming king without a homecoming queen, because it just doesn't work. But for our homecoming queen, let me not even keep you in suspense. That is going to be Kayla Shenanigans. Why, you ask? Because on top of being an accomplished credit card creator, she also does lifestyle content as well. I outlined her on one of my credit card creator spotlights while I was playing with the kids. But if you go to her channel, you will actually see a bit of well-rounded content about how to keep yourself looking presentable, and also how to redeem Delta points and how to stay at hotels and have wild and crazy adventures. She's a young creator. She is still, someone who is known in the space though. So definitely that's our homecoming queen. So now here is a new category, and that's Hollywood status. This is what I'm going to say for the people whose editing is par excellence. And for this one, there is no one better that I can think of than Darius Jamal. Darius Jamal, his videos have just a crisp polish to them that frankly, I wish I knew how to put on my videos, but you know what? No, you just get this. You just get whatever this is, and you guys are just gonna have to deal with it. But also, Darius has some great credit card content here. I actually featured him on my credit card creator spotlight as well, so please check out Hollywood status. So now normally you get, most likely to succeed, most likely to go to the moon, yada, 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 but you never really get granular. So in this category, who's the most likely to be a CEO? Luckily, we already have a CEO, and that is going to be Richie, the CEO. Richie had me on his channel, interviewed me. It was wonderful. We actually live in the same city and actually we're connected via the credit card space as opposed to just bumping into each other around town. We know a lot of the same people. Richie is a great guy. He actually has done some podcasts, especially ones with his wife. He's saving to do a mega redemption, and this is the only time I ever really sanction anyone not burning their points. Richie, you are absolutely awesome, and you've done a great job in your CEO role, and I hope this comes to fruition for you. Now back to another category that we had from last year, but had to switch it up. But it's the numbers guy. So who is the numbers guy, you ask? Well, that's none other than John Cannon. If you've had the pleasure of looking at his channel, one thing I like about John Cannon is sometimes he takes the credit card script and tosses it in the garbage because it's not all about cards. He has a comprehensive personal finance channel, and me and him actually have some very common habits as far as investing and some of the things that we've read and that we've absorbed that guides our investing paths. If you can see his channel, you will see that he has covered IRAs, as well as stock investments, as well as real estate. And look, I'm not gonna lie to you, out of all the creators, this dude has a magnetic smile. He's obviously over 6 foot because, as Caesar would say, guy's just ruggedly handsome. Now it looks like we're about halfway through, but in all things, this credit card community is like a family. And having a family means that there's normally a patriarch. So who would you call the patriarch of the credit community? I would lean very hard into saying that that would be none other than Joe Barretto of the Credit Card Connection. Mr. Hola mi gente. He is a dual language speaking credit card creator that I've connected with, and a lot of people in the credit card community have connected with because it's just his energy. He gives it to you and you can tell that it's authentic. And you know, even though he's from the Bronx, I won't hold that against him because you know, he's still one of my favorite New York creators. He's still my guy, Mr. Barretto. So I just want to give you that shout out, Poppy. You know, I appreciate you, and I'm sure the rest of the credit card class appreciates you for your guidance and how you are able to really pull people together, and you have a lot of fun with this thing. So thank you so much for all that you do. So now in every high school, you always know that there's somebody who just seems to know something about everything, can move this from here, there. There's always that guy. There is the plug. And the plug for this year's creator class is Calvin with 850 Club Credit. Now, Calvin also featured me on his channel, and he is a large player in the space. And when I tell you he covers everything from A to Z, he has been connecting dots from here to there forever. So he has people who can tell you the best way to save for a home. And then he can segue into someone who can tell you the best way to invest your retirement account. And then he can tell you the best way, he has somebody who can tell you the best way to get your LLC off the ground. Then he has also made entrees with credit card creators, and he has lined up some of the application rules and credit cards that you should and shouldn't get. And when I tell you this guy, he's everywhere. Calvin is definitely the plug. So this is also a new title, and this is called Walking the Walk, the Walk Walker. And that is my guy, Mike, from Wong Way Travels. One thing about Mike that anybody can notice when you go to his channel, when I featured him on my channel, we had a great talk about our Italy trips and point redemptions, is Mike walks the walk. If he says he's going, chances are not only is he going, he's going very soon, and it's going to be detailed. He was able to do ITA Airways, their business class. I saw him in Milan. Like, this guy don't play, man. You gotta check out Mike, because Mike, of all people, he is the walk walker. He walks that walk, and there's nothing that you can do about it. Even though his name is Wong Wei, he gets it right every time. So now with that, we have another category, and that is the person that we need more videos from. This is the person that dips in, drops a gem here, drops a jewel there, and then just leaves and goes away and stays away. Well, that person is going to be the nifty ninja. Everybody knows Ninja. Ninja. He actually does way more talking in the Discord than he does on the videos, but Ninja, we need more videos. That's your title. We got to get more from you. Whatever it is, find some extra hours in the day. We're going to need more content. So for this title, this is the Humanitarian Award for the credit card creator community. And that is going to go to my guy, somebody I discovered very early, that, I've invited on my channel as well, and that's going to be Mr. Josh Giebel. Now, if you know Josh, you know that his work tends to take him out of the country to some very exotic locales based on what it is that he does. I'll let him talk to you about it, or you can actually look through live feeds where I've had him on my channel if you want to know. But definitely Josh Giebel, super nice guy. He's getting into the live space, getting more comfortable behind the camera. So shout out to Josh. Now this title is described as the one who is built for this. And by built, I mean B-I-L-T. As you know, built is one of my favorite cards. And I can tell you right now, there is no one I would trust more as a built authority than R-Square Travel Rewards. I've been watching his content for some time. He makes frequent trips back and forth to Africa, but as of late, he has become the unofficial aficionado of the BILT card and everything that you can extract from it. So kudos to you and congratulations for your title. Now with this next title, it's actually kind of a special one, and it's one that I came up with, and it's called the Keystone. Now this title will probably persist from year to year because I think it's specific that we should recognize creators who do this, and this creator in particular. And the keystone, if you know, keystones tend to support archways, and they're extremely important because without them the whole thing falls apart, and their job is full-on support, and they make things happen even though people may gloss over them. So the keystone of the credit card community for 2024 is none other than John R. Now, John R. has supported everybody from the top to the bottom. I believe he's probably a member of every single person's channel here. I don't know what else to say about this guy more so than he took a 5-hour drive just to meet me so that, we can get some drinks, get something to eat, and just talk about life, man. John R., this one is for you. You are definitely the keystone. The community would not be the same without you. Now, next up, we have the information exchange. This is the person who you know for a fact knows a little about a lot, and a lot about everything. You know what I mean? This is the person who has their hands in everything. There's not really much that's going to go on without them knowing about it, and they're going to share the wealth. So the information exchange of the credit card class of 2024 is going to be RJ with RJ Financial. I don't know how I missed him last year, but just in case I didn't, I don't think I did. But either way, he needs to be actually celebrated for, his every Sunday address about the news and credit that you may or may not have missed. It is definitely something of value. It is something of worth in this community, and it should be applauded. So for the Try Hard Award, this is somebody who has their nose to the grindstone at any given moment. Will try anything, will step out there, will do anything, will touch all products that he possibly can, and that is going to go to Jacob's Points and Profits. Now, Try Hard is not anything derogatory or anything like that. Just one thing about Jacob is that pretty much any card that he can try out, he's going to try out. You will get a video on it. Him and his lovely wife run a second channel where they vlog their vacations, and definitely Jacob needs to be really recognized because he does a lot more than he really lets on. Never really steps out to grab any spotlight for himself, but he's actually very solid in the content creation game and in the credit game. So we appreciate you for trying hard. So for our last three categories, we have the travel agent. Now, everyone should pretty much have a good guess at who this is. This is actually someone who's actually segued YouTube into a travel business. He's actually helped other creators with their travel needs, and that is none other than JP Knowledge. JP Knowledge, I had the pleasure of meeting him in Las Vegas, and he has really leaned very hard into the acquisition of points and looking for reward availability and directing people on how to do so. He actually has a Facebook group that I've joined as well, and he actually practices the things that he tells people to practice themselves. So you never know exactly where JP's gonna be. He might be in Japan, he might be in Iceland, he might be in Antarctica. You never know because all of a sudden he just pops out where he is in a lot of locales, and you can check that out on his page. So for the penumbral category, we have the jack of all trades. This is somebody who not only knows, but is good at almost everything. And we couldn't have this category without that being Mr. Points Blank Travel himself, Rod with Points Blank Travel. When I tell you this guy's the hustler's hustler, he has the credit card channel, he has the crypto channel, he has the interview channel, he has just chilling with Rod. Rod is just that guy. You could talk to him about anything. He knows, he's he's in the know, and he's always ready to chop it up. So salute to you, Rod. So for this final category, it's actually one that I came up with, and it is the team captain. It's like the big guy on campus. It's like the guy who can get people to fall in line, who is respected, is well respected, and is just always in the right place at the right time. And that is none other than the homie from last year, the only creator to make it from last year to this year. And not because he got left back, but because it's just that awesome. And that's Mr. Do Your Research, Sledge, man. That is team captain. He brings people together at all times. He's constantly sharing information, and he has inspired me to get numerous cards that I now have in my stable. So please give another salute to the big homie Sledge, the team captain. So that is it. That is our class of 2024. I hope you enjoyed this as much as I enjoyed making it. Luckily, I was able to include more ladies now, and that was actually inspired by a comment left by Leonie Carter, great friend of the channel, where she actually asked if there could be more ladies. And I mean, by all means, we could always use more. So please, if you know any lady creators, please invite them to join the community. I'm always on the hunt. I'm always on the lookout to absorb great content. So luckily we were able to include more ladies, and you know, this is an inclusive space here. So I think that a lot of them have a lot to offer here, even though, you know, we do have a nice little boys club, but yeah, man, salute to the ladies. So now with that, all of that being said, once again, I challenge you guys. Tell me if I got it right in the comments. Tell me if you enjoyed the content. Also, please feel free to suggest other creators in the comments, because that's how I discovered some of the creators that you have just seen on this list here. I do believe Rob with Point Blank Travel, I actually discovered him from a comment from last year's class of video. So please, don't be scared. Suggest your favorite creators, and you know, give me your input. I would love to see what you guys think about this. Now with that, I'm gonna do a pointy thing. Here's my pointy thing. One of them is gonna be the 2023 video. It's probably gonna be that one. And with that, I'll catch you later.